before, but it's just like, oh, I haven't done it in a while. And it's so important, right? And I run into this when I talk to women. So when I set up like a consultation with them, I find out, oh yeah, there still is so much confusion around this. And that's normal. And everybody thinks something different. And I think what's really important to remember is that you will hear different, but it's just like, oh, I haven't done it in a while. And it's so important, right? And I shut off the sound of YouTube while I'm doing it. Yeah, and everybody thinks something different. So what I want you to know too is the way I do things is the way I'm going to, like the way I work with my clients is the way I'm going to talk in my videos and stuff. So it doesn't mean that it's, oh God, sorry. This is just, I'm trying to face this so you don't see certain parts of my room. Come on, Diana, direct together. It doesn't mean that my way is the only way. It certainly isn't, as we know that, right? But I definitely do consider women going through the midlife phase, like your hormones at that time of life, which is crucial. And so what you used to be able to eat in your 20s, 30s, even early 40s, you guys, is going to be different than what you can eat, especially if you're looking for more energy, right? Decreasing the weight, like releasing some of the weight, wanting to decrease inflammation, wanting to feel better, sleep better, decrease the symptoms. And we still have symptoms in postmenopause. I think many people don't realize that, but you do, okay? And because your body is never really in perfect balance, right? We are always fluctuating. But with the food that there is now, some of the crappy food that's out there, the environmental toxins, the stress that women are under more and more now, it keeps people out of balance. We're not coming into balance as good as we used to, right? So if you're talking hundreds of years ago, because of the way the food was and the environment and the way people lived, women's bodies could adjust so much better because we are meant for this. Remember that this change of life and even beyond, remember, I'm talking to women over 50, right, too. This, what we're going through is meant to happen. Our body's supposed to be able to handle it. And because so many are having such bad symptoms now and starting at a younger and younger age, there's reasons for this, right? Okay. So I'm just going to let you, my Facebook group know I'm live. I see someone's watching. Say hello when you come on. So if you have, even if you're watching the replay, I want to hear from you. What do you find confusing when it comes to the food during this phase of life? I know, because we hear, right? You got to focus on protein. This is a huge part of it, right? Women in midlife need to consume more protein, focus on protein and low carb. I'm going to talk why that can totally backfire on you. That's one of the things that I really want to talk about because this is so confusing and can really mess things up for you. Okay. All right, let me get back to here then. So how it can mess things up for you is, if you're a woman and you're like, oh God, so now what they're telling me is, this keto is the best way. And I'm not saying that keto is not, right? But the way some people do keto, I'm going to clean this because I think it's dirty. The way some people do keto, you may be not getting all the nutrients that your body needs during this phase of life. And I don't care if you're postmenopause, perimenopause, menopause, all of it. You need minerals and trace minerals. Okay. You need to focus on the proper nutrition, the nutrition that you're giving your body. And that's what I'm going to talk about when it comes to macronutrients and micronutrients, right? So when somebody thinks, or hears, I need to focus on protein, lean protein and decreasing my carbs, lean protein and decreasing my carbs. What often happens is then you eat too much protein that may not even be that great for your body. It's also harder to digest. It's also harder. Meat, as we say, protein meat, most people think of it that way, is harder for your body to digest. I'm not saying it's bad at all, but it puts a little more stress on your body. And also, if you are consuming meat that is bought at a conventional grocery store, especially in the US, so it may have a lot of antibiotics in it. It may have growth hormones. So what do you think that does to you? Grow. You get fatter, right? They want the chickens, the animals, whatever, to get fatter, 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 and to grow really fast. Well, how do you think that reacts in your body? Okay. So that's why we're going to talk about the protein thing too. If you're consuming a lot of animal proteins, it is not the healthy fats. There's not a lot of minerals. There's not a lot of fiber, really good soluble fiber, like fiber that your body requires, that your body's used to, which is plant fiber. That's the best fiber for you, right? So you're not getting all those essential things that your body needs, as well as good, clean, healthy fats, right? And some people think, well, geez, if I eat fat, it's going to make me fat, so I should decrease that. No, good fats actually help your body to metabolize fats. Good fats are good for your brain health and also really good for hormone health, okay? So this is really important too. So it's just, if you are listening to anybody who's in the 20s, 30s, even early 40s, and you're trying to follow something that they're telling you to follow, it might not work for you. It might not be healthy for you. It might cause you to gain weight, more weight than lose weight. And you could lead to feeling a bit of brain fog, even if you go to follow like a vegan diet, right? Too much carbs, like starchy carbs. Vegans eat a lot of starchier carbs, especially the younger vegans, which is great for them. Their body reacts differently with it. When we hit this midlife phase or beyond, sorry, that's not it, it's reflecting back. Our body metabolizes starchy carbs differently than it used to. So it tends now to we are eating those starchy carbs, it puts them more into fat. They're seen more as kind of like sugar, goes right to fat, sugar goes right to fat, right? So it's not the best thing to focus on. A vegan diet during this phase of life is totally possible. I did it to lose most of my weight. I did a raw vegan diet, but you have to do it a certain way. Same with keto, okay? Same with keto. Keto does not mean just a bunch of meat, bad fats, all of that, load up, and not getting the rest of the nutrition that you actually need, okay? So when you focus on macros versus micros, here's another thing and why that's not a great place to focus, okay? Macros are like your protein, carbohydrates, and fat. Your micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, amino acids, right? Big difference. So if you're focusing on calories of your macros, right? So here it says carbohydrate. Well, sugar's a carbohydrate. Doesn't mean it's good for you. Doesn't mean you should consume it, right? Bacon's a fat and protein, whatever, protein, a lot of fat. But it's not good for your body. It's okay every once in a while, but it's not healthy. So when you're consuming foods, it should be more about the micronutrients. The food I'm eating, the food I'm consuming has nutrients in it that feed and fuel my cells, right? That feed and fuel my cells. It's not about how much protein am I getting in a day? Well, what type of protein are you eating? We got to focus on the type of foods we're eating, right? There's organic grass-fed meat, all of that type of thing, versus conventional meat with antibiotics, growth hormones, all of those. They eat GMO foods, right? Genetically modified foods. Those type of meats are actually going to be really negative for your body. I don't care how much protein is in them. I don't care how they fit into your keto diet. They're not healthy for you. Right? So it's really about what types of foods you are consuming. That's what I'm talking about. And that's why counting calories doesn't work unless you're counting calories of the right types of food, right? Vegetables, greens, lean, healthy, organic sources of protein, whether they're plant or animal-based, right? Nuts and seeds, whatever. Those are the things that are really important to consider is what are the types of foods you're eating. Now, it's okay to have a little bit of good cheese, let's say a European cheese or goat's cheese, something like that, right? So it's not about, I have to give up certain foods. Oh, so when I eat this way for this phase of life, I have to give up a lot of the foods I love, right? That's what a lot of people think. No, you don't have to give up some of the foods you love. You just have to look at some of the foods you love and go, what is in this food? Like, does this food contribute to health in my body? Does it have vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, amino acids? Or is it just maybe Well, especially if it's processed food. We all know those things. But some people ask about yogurts, right? They ask about yogurts and about cheeses, which is really common, and about certain sprouted breads or things like that, right? Or oatmeal. So there's things that may cause weight gain in midlife, but it doesn't mean the food's unhealthy. And then there's foods that people eat when they think they're doing the best, like a keto, eating keto wrong. They think they're doing the best, but it's actually not at all the best for your body. So what I see is what causes problems in this phase of life is when women focus a lot on the protein. So the macros, protein, carbohydrates, and fats, right? Thinking maybe I need to greatly decrease my fat. Let's say you have higher cholesterol or something. So I got to decrease my fats. I got to eat more protein and I got to decrease my carbohydrates. That's dangerous, you guys. Because then you're going to be so focused on the animal product, the meat part of it, or the animal products, right? I need more eggs. I need more cheese. I need more. Where am I going to get my protein from? I need meat, right? Protein is in mostly all foods. It's not in sugar though. Okay. It's in broccoli. It's in collard greens. It's in spinach. It's in all of those things. So this is what we got to realize also. How much I need a wide variety of nutrients, as in micronutrients. I don't just want to focus on how many calories of protein am I eating, because you don't know what's in them, right? So again, let's think about this. So if somebody's focused so much on protein, when they wake up in the morning, they're going to say, I need protein. I need some protein. Let's say I'm going to have a boiled egg, or I'm going to have a smoothie with a protein powder and almond milk, right? And then my midday snack, maybe an egg or maybe a piece of chicken or something. And then I'm going to have lunch and I'm going to have a salad with some chicken on it for protein and maybe an egg on it for protein. You see what I mean? What is missing? What is missing? Vegetables and more greens. You're not getting any minerals, vitamins and minerals, crucial for your health. Did you know minerals are high alkaline? So that means that when you have a higher alkaline, the foods you eat are higher alkaline, decreases inflammation, boosts your immune system, boosts your energy, and helps your body to heal. Right? So when you're not consuming enough foods with minerals and vitamins and minerals in them, and good essential fatty acids, good fats, you're not feeding and fueling your cells properly, and your cells make up every single thing in your body, which includes your organs, everything, right? Now, and minerals are also crucial for hormone health and brain function, right? So when you're not consuming foods with enough minerals in them, and you're so focused on a protein, and maybe even a meat protein, which is not always a healthy protein for your body, right? Then your focus is kind of on, well, I'm eating protein, but it's not the healthiest protein for me, and I'm not getting enough minerals, and I'm not getting enough vitamins. And you're not getting enough, let's say, liquid hydration, right? You're dehydrated inside. That'll cause a whole lot of problems for your body. So that's one of the main things I see is people are not consuming enough vitamins, minerals, and good essential fatty acids. Good fats, right? Because it's confusing. They're thinking that I need to decrease my carbs, but broccoli is a carb, asparagus is a carb, carrot is a carbohydrate, beets are carbohydrates, and those are some of the healthiest foods. So if you're decreasing some of the healthiest foods in your diet, that's a problem. And then if you're focusing on increasing some of the animal proteins in your diet, which cause inflammation, cause more of an acidic body, especially if they are conventional and they are pumped full of antibiotics and growth hormones and other things that they feed the feedlot, and then those animals are fed with genetically modified grains, there's not much healthy about that meat. It actually has a negative effect on your body. And it also is heavy and harder for your body to digest. So it takes more energy from your body. So you may feel less energy. So why people, when they go on a juice cleanse or when they eat a lot of really healthy, clean foods, they feel more energy within 1 or 2 weeks. And that is because they're feeding and fueling their body with what their body really needs and can absorb and can assimilate and loves. But they're also feeding their body less foods that are hard to digest. So there's less energy going to that heavy digestive process. Okay. So that's kind of a few things I wanted to talk about, is like, we really got to look at foods differently than carbs, protein, fats. It needs to be, what's in this carbohydrate? What type of carbohydrate am I consuming? Right? There's a big difference between a cup of sugar and a cup of broccoli. Huge difference. They're both carbohydrates. They both have calories. But what is it going to help if we count 100 calories of sugar and 100 calories of broccoli? Totally different. We know that the broccoli has healthy, is healthier for us. So consume more. We know that sugar is not healthy for us. So consume less. Right? It's not rocket. It doesn't have to be hard. And that's what I really encourage you. You can start by making changes just by deciding, I'm going to decrease foods that I already know are not healthy for me. It doesn't mean I have to quit them completely. I'm just going to decrease them. I'm going to increase foods that I know are healthier for me. I'm going to eat more vegetables. I'm going to get more greens raw and cooked, right? Simple things like that. That's really where you can start, and you can start tomorrow, and it doesn't ever have to end, right? Because it's not like I'm going to do this for 3 months, and if I don't see any results, I'm going to quit. Well, you will see results if you actually stick with it. Well, so the protein thing, yes, there's some bodies that require more protein. And if you're interested in kind of looking at metabolic typing, you can Google that. What is metabolic typing? What is metabolic type? So and it kind of is tied into your blood type in a way too, right? So I forget my metabolic type, what it's exactly called, but I am somebody who can eat carbohydrates, quite a lot of carbohydrates, and I can eat proteins too, but I don't need a lot of protein, right? So I'm somebody and I'm a blood type A, which is a blood type of someone who does really well on a vegetarian diet. But you also know, because you get to know your body, right? Like, it's fun to play around with these and and confirm, you're right. When I ate a lot of meat, this is me. When I ate a lot of meat, I did not feel good. I was constipated. I can have a good organic hamburger and be constipated the next day. And then I can eat a lot of great fibrous lentils and things like that, and be fine the next day. It's just what your body can handle. And so, by what foods, kind of go, oh, that makes me tired, sluggish, heavy when I eat it. Or, when I eat like this, I actually feel myself, I have more energy. I feel really good, and I can think better, right? So we just need to tune more into our body and follow some of our, use it as like common sense. Because if you start listening to a whole bunch of people and they're telling you so many conflicting things, that's when it gets confusing. And that's when you stop trusting yourself. And it's so important to trust yourself, because then it doesn't have to be on again, off again. It doesn't have to be, oh my God, now what am I going to do? I gained weight. Now what? Well, you will know what. Once you learn what is right for you, you will know what to do. What gets in your way is your mindset then. That's all. So when you know what works for you, the types of foods, the way of eating, and how do you know? Well, you feel better. You have more energy, right? You can think clearer. You're probably sleeping better, but we stress all comes in here, guys. So we're just saying in general, okay? Your pants start fitting better, right? You're not gaining. And so if you're continually gaining weight, there's something wrong, right? Your gut, you have bad gut health, and you're eating the foods. You're not eating enough of the foods that your body needs. Because when you consume a lot of the great foods, the healthy nutrients your body needs, it will say, thank you, I'm full. I'm full. And you will get that sensation. I'm not hungry. I don't have cravings. I feel good. Wow, I didn't even eat that much food, but I actually feel really satisfied. I feel really good. That's when you're feeding your body the right nutrients. Your body will not feel hungry. It won't have those crazy cravings, right? You won't have the bad distress. You won't feel exhausted. You won't have those wild ups and downs. You won't have those total brain fogs or those slumps in the afternoon where you can barely keep your eyes open. When you're consuming and drinking, because we're talking smoothies, juices, things like that, lots of water, right? Then you're also that type of food, right, helps to energize you. So we're talking some superfoods that you add into your smoothies that are high in minerals and trace minerals that aren't always as present in the food. So why I talk about smoothies and get my clients to have some, oh, Natalie. Oh, great. I'm glad. And you'll get more of this too. Yeah, it's just so important. Like I need to get my Baobab or Camu, but I put my super powders. I get a few types of super powders and I just mix them all together in this jar. So in the morning with my smoothie, I just take a scoop, put it in my smoothie, right? So I don't have to open up bags of super powders. And here's my salad base mix. I made a video I'll be posting in Women Creating Healthy Lives of how I make my salad base mix. Here it is right here. Ways to make things faster for yourself. This is my salad base mix that lasts about 4 to 5 days in the fridge. It's just me. This is grated raw beets, cabbage, grated carrots, chopped celery, and green onions. So every time I want a salad, I am not going to grate all this stuff. There's no bloody way. Grated beets, raw beets are absolutely so healthy for you. They also have cancer-fighting nutrients in them. That's the purple color. They are really good for your digestive system if you're constipated or anything like that. They're very high in fiber. And I know people say, what about the sugar? When you cook beets, you're increasing the sugar. So just like cooking oatmeal increases the glycemic index. Eating it raw is less. It's a lot more fiber. The carrots too, raw carrot, like this is all from the farmer's market too. So fantastic. Yeah, so this, and then I just have my salad greens and I just grab some of this, put it on my salad. Wow, that's fast. Then I add things to it. So every day you can make a different kind of a salad. In here is cooked red quinoa. So I cook my quinoa, I put it in the fridge. Here it is. Now, quinoa is a complete protein, pretty much a complete protein. Some people call it a grain. It is kind of a grain. It's more of a seed. It does. What I've noticed with women in midlife, it does not cause weight gain. So eating quinoa in midlife is not like rice or potatoes, which can cause the weight gain, okay? So I have the quinoa. I will add cold quinoa to my salad, which makes it very filling. You're getting magnesium, you're getting minerals that are in here, you're getting protein from the quinoa, and it helps to fill it up, more substantial. So your salad is more like a meal, right? So I add quinoa. I will also add green peas to my salad. I will have chickpeas or organic, like canned things. I know it's not always good to use canned, but seriously, if you want to make it from scratch, go ahead. So every day I can add things to my salad base mix, right? So once I have the salad base mix, then I just will throw other things in it, right? So every day you can add something different to your salad, mix and match, and just make it heavier, right? And then if you have quinoa cooked in the fridge, you can use it warm. You know, you can heat it up and add vegetables to it, right? So it's always good to have these base things and just be a little more prepared. And again, it's just way more focusing on the nutrients that I'm consuming, the nutrients. Quinoa, 4 or 5 days in the fridge. Yeah. And you can smell it. Quinoa will smell if it's gone kind of sour. Mm-hmm. So I probably, it depends on how much you're going to consume. Don't make a huge batch, right? When you're learning how it works for you, how much you're going to consume, then you just start by making, it takes that few weeks to get used to how much do I really eat of this in a week? What's going to be too much for me? So it just takes that little bit of time, right? Do you guys, I know there's anybody have any questions? I don't think there's anybody live on YouTube tonight, which is strange. Often there is. So anybody live on YouTube, comment, let me see. And does anybody have any questions? And if you're watching the replay, ask questions. Tell me what your struggles are. Let me know what you're confused about when it comes to food too, because that is something I can help you with, really good at helping you with is, and it doesn't mean that, because someone else can eat it, you can't, or things like that, you can, right? And it's funny because someone said the other day, I could never go back to a weight I was in my 20s. And it's like, I am at a weight I was in my 20s. Like nothing is impossible, right? Nothing is impossible. Of course, if you have health problems, then that's going to take its toll, right? But what I really want you to remember is at first, when you're working towards like losing weight or whatever, feeling better, having more energy, it's always, the focus is always health. The focus is always health, because health will take care of so much of that, right? Health will take care of so much of that. So whether you have gut issues and you want to heal your gut, whether you have too much stress in your life and you're looking at, okay, the stress blunts my hormone production, keeps my body out of balance. I cannot lose weight because stress, when you're in this state of stress, your body holds on to weight. Or if you're eating foods that have a lot of preservatives, toxins, chemicals in them, that's another reason why the weight can't come off, right? So the focus is, again, I'm going to decrease, take away, doesn't have to be, I know better about it. You can start to take away, start to greatly decrease the foods that you know are not healthy for you, but bring in way more of the foods that are. That's the thing. Way more of the foods that are. So it's not like you have to eat a whole bunch of different foods. It's not like you're eating, when someone works with these, sometimes I think, oh my God, what am I going to be eating? Like, how am I going to make, it's not different foods. It's probably many of the foods you're eating now. It's just, you probably either have the portions a little wrong, or you're not eating enough of certain foods. And I'm talking food you bought at farmers market, at grocery stores, right? Not talking about making. Hello, Crimson Spice. Hi, beautiful people. Do you have any questions for me about the food? Are there any foods that you are thinking are healthy, but you're wondering, are they healthy? Are they causing the weight gain? What should I? Yeah. So first thing in the morning, what I want to say, I was talking about that, having just the protein drink first thing in the morning, you know, with the protein powder and the almond milk, that's not going to work, you guys. It's not going to work. For one, it doesn't have nutrients, and it doesn't have fiber, and it doesn't have nutrients for you, right? You want to have smoothies or a juice that has water, that has maybe a bit of fruit, that has fresh greens, that might have chia gel, that has super powders with extreme amounts of minerals and trace minerals and good proteins, essential fatty acids, and all the good stuff to feed and fuel your body with energy and to feed your cells, right? So things like that. You want to be hydrated first thing in the morning. You want to pump your body full of good nutrition first thing in the morning. So having just a protein powder with almond milk is not going to, and also fiber in the smoothies. There's a lot of really good fiber, plant-based, good green and veggie fiber that your body needs, right? That's the fiber your body wants. It doesn't want a fiber supplement unless you really have problems and you can't, okay? Okay, well, I hope this helped. I know I might have been all over the place tonight, and let me explain why. Because I get in my head, there's so many things I want to tell you guys, and there's so many things that I want you to know. And that's why I sometimes tend to jump from topic to topic and from thing to thing. And then if there's no one asking questions, I'll just totally go off on tangents. So that's why. Anyways, I hope that this helped. Please reach out to me. I'm here. I do coaching programs. I'm here for you. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to give up everything you love. It's not about deprivation. It is not about living a strict life. It's not about just eating boring veggies cooked in a boring way. That's not it at all, right? Because it's got to work for you. You got to like it. You got to enjoy it. You got to fit it in your life. It's got to become part of your life. And therefore, that means that you're going to want to do it, right? You got to want to do these things and realize why it is so important for you. This age of your life does not have to be horrible. There are things you can look forward to, but that means health, right? That means you focus on your health. Health is number one, always, in all ways, all right? Okay, reach out to me if you're on YouTube. Come follow me on Facebook. Hey, Jen, so good to see you. Come follow me on Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook, I have a YouTube channel where I'm live right now. Also, Diana Marchand. And yeah, reach out to me. I'm here to help you. I do coaching for women and over 50, over 45, whatever it is that you are dealing with. Let's do this. Stop putting it off. Stop ignoring it. You are worthy, you are deserving, you get to have it all. You get to have health and an amazing life. All right, so much love to you. Bye-bye. I'm just shutting YouTube. I'm just shutting off Facebook right now because I can't do both at the same time. Okay, now I'm going to shut off YouTube. So yeah, I plan to go. I'm Monday and Wednesday, usually live 4:30 Mondays, Wednesdays 5:30. I made a mistake this week. So let me know if you have any. I can't find you guys. I can't find to shut off the Zoom right now for YouTube. This is crazy. I literally cannot find my Zoom. Oh, there it is. Okay. If you have any topics you would like me to talk